Hello everyone, Julia here, and today I'm going to show you how I made some olives for embeds in my next soap out of day-old soap. This soap here, I made it, I had made it the day before, so it was really soft. I just kind of started squishing it around to and broke it up and made it even softer so I could work with it. Here I'm adding some color to it, and as you can see, it's super messy, but it beats having to have a ton of different molds for different things you want to make. I like to mold with clay, so this is kind of what it was like. I did have to stop the camera like a million times and wash my hands. It seemed to help to have my hands a little wet to do this. But I got the color all mixed in that I wanted. It's a mix of, I use some liquid colorants, and when I go to make the pimentos to go into the olives, you're going to see where I ended up putting some dried mica powder into it. And actually, if I was to do this over again and I had the correct colors, I would probably do that in the olive as well. But I needed a certain color for the olive, and I just didn't have that in mica powder. I only had it in liquid colors to mix. Right here is where I'm just molding them into to like oval shapes to represent my olives. And these are not going to go on top of the soap. I made these to go on the inside, so they don't really have to be super perfect. I would work probably a little bit harder on them if they were going to be on the outside of the soap. It's kind of basically the same concept of doing the soap balls. I don't know about you, but whenever I plane a soap and make the edges smooth and stuff, all that soft soap I get, I usually make balls out of it and store them away for later soap. This here I used ruby red mica liquid, and as you can see, I'm just not getting the color I want. It's still kind of a pink color. So what I did was added ruby red mica powder, and it really helped. And not only did it help, it also kind of dried it up, which is what I wished I would have had for the initial olives. After I mold this up, I'm going to end up letting this sit for about, I think it was about an hour and a half. And then I come back to it and then insert the pimentos into the olives. And the reason I had to let it dry is, as you can see, the olives were kind of sticky. And so in about an hour, they were fine to smooth out and mess with again. So all in all, it really didn't take long, but like I said, it was very messy. But it worked. And right after this video, I'm going to make another video of what I did with the olives and how I embedded them into the soap. That little tool there, I think I got that little tool at Brambleberry. I guess it's a tool that you can use to clean off your soap edges, and it's just a real helpful tool. It's actually, it's used in molding clay, so it works perfect for this. See, I just stuck the little pimentos in. I know it's not perfect, but you do get an idea of what it's supposed to look like, and to me it does look like an olive, and I hope it looks like an olive to all of you. Now I do want to say also, because the soap was kind of an off-white color, and then when I added the green to the olives, in the finished soap you're going to still see bits of like white in there, or off-white, so it's kind of going to be a little mottled. It's not going to be perfectly colored. I guess I could have squished it around enough to get the color in there, but I kind of wanted a mottled look, so I just got as much color into the olive as possible. And when you see the finished soap, you're going to know what I'm talking about. The only thing too, and I noticed this after I cut the soap, you need to make sure that if you make these olives, when you cut down with that tool or whatever tool you're using, make sure to push that pimento all the way down. I had a problem with not having one of the olives to where the pimento was all the way down, and whenever you cut in the center of that olive, when you cut this slice of soap, it had a small hole where the olive hadn't gone all the way down where I cut it. So the next time I do this, I'm going to make sure that the indentation is a little more rounded. Instead of, see that sharp point in there? That's where I had the tiny hole. It was really, really small, and it didn't make much of a difference. But the next time I know. I didn't even think about it yesterday. Well, there you have it. Olives for your soap.